As a real estate agent, I have a ton of tools available to help market properties. My sellers don't always know this. And if you're a new agent, you may or may not know this. And so I just want to cover a tool that is extremely valuable. Listen, YouTube videos, incredible. In fact, you're watching this on YouTube. It's a great way to market properties, but there's so many more. I mean, there's still people that use newspapers and Craigslist, let alone you've got all the different social medias, LinkedIn, Google, TikTok, Instagram. You just have so many options available today. It is the name of the game is reaching out to as many people as possible when you have a listing. So in the Austin Board of Realtors, we have an MLS tool, there are many, many MLS tools, which just stands for multiple listing service. And it's a way for brokerages and teams and agents to connect and talk to each other. Because at the end of the day, I work for a brokerage or a firm. Another agent might work for a brokerage or a firm, but we still want to work together to make sure we do the best thing that we can for our clients and to list our properties. And there's a high probability that our clients will have an agent representing them. And so we want to be able to talk to their representation. And so this tool called reverse prospecting allows me to see which agents have clients that match my listing. So I'm going to show you how it works. And this is really simple. It's almost like too easy, but nobody knows about it. And then nobody knows how to leverage it. I don't know why that is. Maybe because when COVID came about, nobody actually had to know anything to sell houses. They just, everybody wanted to buy a house immediately. So now you actually have to know your craft a little bit. And I'm blessed that I was in real estate well before COVID. And so I learned a lot of these really cool tools that we've had access to for all these years. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my listings. And so like today I've got a handful of listings here. This particular one is called Redfish Lane. That's the one I want to focus on. So in this Redfish Lane listing, I check the box and look right down at the bottom. It says reverse prospect. You can't get any simpler than that. I'm telling you, most people don't know that this exists. And I'm referring to agents and people who are selling their houses. So I click reverse prospect and boom. What it does is it pulls up my listing. There are currently 122 prospects that match the criteria or are looking for this home or have raised their hand saying they're looking for this home. Now let's be really, really clear here. We're not talking about people that are on Zillow or Redfin or Realtor.com. What we're talking about are people that are using the MLS or using an agent that has added them to a search on the MLS in this area. And so agent, Jane Doe has her clients that are looking for a house that's around 400,000 in the Hutto, Texas area. And so Jane Doe is going to show up in this list and it's going to show her name. It's going to show an ID. I'll get back to that in a second. And it'll show when she received that email or when her client received that email. And so I can contact Jane Doe and let her know, hey, you have a client that's interested in this property. You may or may not have seen it. So I'm going to walk through this just so you can kind of get an idea. So right here, I'm going to use Michael Kelly. And listen, let me make sure I have a disclosure here. This is not to point out any agents. There could be 100 reasons why these numbers are what they are or the information is here. Like agents could be on vacation, clients could be on vacation. It could be that email was hacked. It'd be that they're on a different search and this is just a secondary search. Like just so don't take too much stock into the numbers. I'm just explaining another way to reach out to more people that have raised their hand and said they're interested in your home if you're the seller or if you're a listing agent, a home that you have listed for sale. So here's an example. So Michael Kelly, the reference ID is the person that they have in their database. So when they log into the MLS, they can see that this person has an interest, has sorted the criteria based around the features of this home. Like they're looking for a home, maybe a double-sized lot, maybe a certain property tax rate, maybe a certain neighborhood or school district, and this home fits. Okay, 5 bedrooms, for example, the number of bedrooms. And so are they pre-approved? A lot of agents don't use this field or whether or not they've been emailed. But right here is how many emails that client has received and may not have opened. Okay, that's really important. So Michael Kelly's client 46 whatever has received this email 11 times on March 20th, and it does not show that they favorited it. Okay, they may not have opened it yet. It's been since March 11 times. So I've got Michael's email, I have his office name, and then I have his phone number. But this is specifically to the agent. And so now I got to reach out to Michael and say, hey, this is your client number. If you go into the MLS and you click this, it'll show you the name of that client. That way we can respect each other's boundaries, and you can reach out to your client and say, hey, there's this house that might fit your criteria. Are you interested in seeing it? And so that's it. It's that simple. It's reaching out to all these agents. I've got 122 prospects, and sometimes it's duplicated, right? So like this Damien person has 1, 2, 3, 4 different clients that are searching for this type of home according to their MLS settings. Okay, so I have a lot of people that I can reach out to and say, hey, listen, I know you have a client that could fit the criteria for this home. Let's work on this together. Let me know if there's anything that I could do to facilitate and make this easier for you. It's a killer home, or a really, really nice home. And here are the elements. Here's what's going on with it. And also, because when I do listings, I always do a tour of the home. And so I can even send that to the agent so they can look at that home and decide, does this make sense to show to my client? I can't reach the client directly, but that tour is also on Zillow, Redfin, Realtor, and YouTube, and all these other websites, even my website, ianofaustin.com. So they have access to the video, but I can also send it directly to the agent. I've got the tour. I know they have clients that are interested in it. This is called reverse prospecting, and it is a huge hidden gem. Hopefully this was super helpful, whether you're selling your home or you're an agent and you have a listing and you're having a hard time getting it out to people. Thanks so much for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.